emotional part for any expat is to move into another country again. I suspected that moving to another country can affect a person's life in some sort of way, but I couldn't even imagine that it can turn life upside down. And in this video, I'd like to share with you my experience as a Russian girl after living 1.5 years in Europe. The first thing I'd like to highlight is the worldview, namely the acceptance that we are all different. We live in the capital of Hungary, the most beautiful city of Budapest. With its architectures and lots of attractions, this city attracts tons of tourists, mainly consisting of young people, 20, 30, 40 years, those who work as entrepreneurs, work remotely, or those who just wanted to take a break. Since these people are newcomers from different countries, main language they communicate in is English. And when we moved here in Hungary, one of my goals was to find a community, English-speaking community, which I could be a part of. And I did my best. I succeeded. I found amazing community with the people from 15 plus countries. So it's complete mix of cultures, traditions, skin colors, food preferences, everything. But despite of all these differences we had with those people, we found something in common. We found common ground. I have learned accept everyone. So now, instead of misunderstanding and judgment when someone has a different point of view, I turn on curiosity and I just ask questions. Why do you think this way? Why do you think it matters? Why do you think this is better? Tell me your story. And if you ask people questions, they will share stories because people love talking about themselves. So you just need to find right questions to ask a person. When I started asking more questions, I got so impressed and charmed by how we are different and how it's interesting to actually listen other stories and you can learn from their stories. So approaching such disagreements with curiosity can lead you to find out so many interesting things and to strengthen your human relationships with our other human beings. And this is actually what matters the most. The second crucial point is family and friends. So when you live far from your homeland, it's kind of test on your relationships with your family members and also relationships with your friends. What is important to understand is when you live in one country, even in different cities, but one country, you kind of do not appreciate it that much. You do not appreciate your family members and your friends because you always know that, okay, if I need them, I can just get on train or get on plane and reach them and meet them. But when you live so far, you understand that you may not see your father for 3+ years. It makes you feel more responsible for that relationships and you may start taking more actions toward that person. You call the person more often, you send videos, you tell something what is going on in your life. And regardless of my experience, I can tell that I strengthened my relationship with my father like so much. I never been close to him before as I'm feeling now, even though we live far away and we haven't seen each other for a long time. And we actually set a date when we will meet. It will be in 2026. I'll be waiting for him in Europe. So I also faced with a situation when all my old school friends, they kind of abandoned me. And the last message I can see in our chat, it was my message. What happened? Why you do not reply? And from my side, I tried to reach them out a couple of times after I moved to another country, but it didn't lead to anything. So I decided like, okay, so that means only one side wants to keep this relationship alive. And if another side doesn't want it, so what's the point to put any efforts in it? What is important to understand that when people live in different countries, there always will be some misunderstandings because it's different cultures, it's different rules, it's different order of life. And if life goes in different ways in other countries, in other places your friends live, maybe it's better not to be that judgmental and disagree with how people live, with the way they live, but turn on the curiosity again and ask, okay, you live this way, what do you like about this way of behaving or doing things? If you start asking those questions, you may start understanding people so better, and instead of ruining your friendships that had been building for years and years, you may make it even stronger. So don't criticize, be curious and ask why more often. At the moment, I have gained experience of living in 3 countries. It's Russia, Turkey and Hungary. And now it's going to be the 4th country. And for some reason, I feel like it will not be last country I will be living in. I have a Russian channel on YouTube, and there I also share some experience of me as an immigrant. There is some hate, and mostly people who write these hate comments, they stick to this belief that where you were born, only that place you were needed. And I also was raised with this belief that if you were born in Russia, that means it's like your homeland, and only here you can find a home, and only here you would be able to make friends, find love and all this stuff. But it's not true, actually. After me living in Budapest, in the city where so many different cultures just mixed, I can say that it doesn't matter what nationality you are, and color, and the skin color, and beliefs, and faith. Nothing is important as long as you are a good person and show up to this world with respect to yourself, with respect to others. That's pretty simple. So after 1.5 years of my life in Hungary, I love this place, and I always will have some place in my heart for Hungary, for Hungarian people. I don't know the language, but I love how it sounds. It's like it's already dear to my heart. But now we are ready to our next move, and I'm just happy to share this experience with you. If you find it useful, interesting, or if you have any questions, or if you have your own story to share, I would love to hear it. Just take a few minutes and tell what was going on in your life. If you have this experience of living in different countries, how was it for you? Thanks for watching this video with Safe and Sound. See ya.